incredibly courageous. Some would even say your soul is a badass. And this is how I know this. Earth isn't for wimps. Bottom line, it's just not for wimps. Not all souls get an opportunity to hang out here. And your soul chose to be right here, right at this time, in the midst of all this just like shit storm of weirdness and wildness flowing all around us. Your soul said, "Hey, I'm in. Sign me up. I want to go to Earth and I want to play in this game." If your soul was chicken, it wouldn't be here. So some of us believe, the theory that we are a soul having a human experience rather than a human who happens to have a soul. And I believe that with every fiber of my being. And I also believe that most of us who are here right now have been around the block on this planet more than once. So the whole idea of having past lifetimes here on Earth, and that they didn't always go so well. I know from my own experience, having, whether it's past life regression or meditation experiences, I've tapped into some of those lifetimes. And man, I tell you what, they weren't necessarily pleasant. In fact, they ended kind of tragically, some of them. And the truth is, here I am back again for another shot at this because right now really matters. It really matters in terms of important moments and timeframes in human history that can make a difference for not only our ability to access even more of our soul, but for the planet as a whole. So I know that there are times when what we're experiencing might feel overwhelming, might seem pretty intense. Your soul's not scared. That's the cool thing. Your soul already knows everything's going to be just fine. All is well. And really, what our souls are asking us to do is lean in and actually align with them, align with the soul, align in a way that allows more magic and flow and good things and grace to flow through our lives so that we can show up in an even more grace filled way in our day and in our world, because that's where we make our biggest difference. Now many of us, have to choose, and it's not like a one and done choice. We're choosing all the time whether or not we align with our soul or we align with the ego side of ourselves. That ego side of ourself is always going to be there. It's the side that wants to keep us safe, that often, plays that comparison and competition game, but it's also the side that doesn't really remember how powerful and how strong and how connected we really are. So while many people choose the ego over and over and over again, and no judgment on that. That's the thing about Earth and part of the challenge and the opportunity. We're in a freaking free will zone. We can make whatever choice we want as it applies to our own life, and it's fine. No judgment. We can choose soul, we can choose ego, we can choose whatever we want. But the invitation from our soul is, hey, I'm sitting right here. I know the way forward. I know the path that's, most in flow, that's most aligned, that's easiest, that's going to bring you the greatest amount of joy, of flow, of contribution in the world. How about you choose over here? It's the quiet little voice. It's not yelling and screaming in your ear. It's like, hey, I'm here. Remember me? Let's play this game together. While the ego's over here, often jumping and screaming and, doing the whole fear kind of competition division thing. And we get to choose every day with every choice. We get to choose which is the leader. And I'm telling you, again, no judgment either way. And we're going to choose both, sometimes. But when we align with the soul, when we allow that voice to be the one that is the loudest in our head or in our heart, even better, that's when we know everything's going to be okay. What we're experiencing right now in this moment in time on this planet, in the great big scheme of things, it seems huge right now to us. And honestly, it is a pretty big deal. And it's like our souls know everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be just fine. And when we can lean into that trust and that faith that our soul's got our back and our heart and everything else, and that we can trust ourselves and have the courage to lead with the power and the strength of our soul, it changes the game. And it changes either how we worry, which we realize there's not so much need to, but more importantly, how we show up from a place of power and connectedness and joy and grace, and be that conduit for that to come through for others as well and for the world. So today I'm just really encouraging, you're a badass. You are here on this planet at this time because you said, hey, shit's gonna get weird and I want in. I want to play this game. Your soul knew ahead of time. You might now in your human side be going, what the hell were you thinking? Right? Why did you dump me in here at this time? But your soul knows what's up. And it knows that you have the opportunity to learn and to grow and to contribute in a meaningful way. It knows that if you just saw you through the eyes with which it sees you and your power and your potential and your absolute worthiness of love and of grace, your soul knows that you wouldn't be worried about all this stuff, that you'd be going through your day from a state of greater peace and greater grace, getting your work done, caring about your people, doing your thing, and realizing that when you let the soul lead, life is just better. It's just better. And our opportunity to contribute is just that much more meaningful and significant. So today I'm just encouraging you to remember your soul is a powerful mofo. It's got a whole lot of strength and wisdom and connection. And all of that is accessible to you, every single bit of it. And you came here to let that shine, knowing that this was going to be a wild time on earth. And you knew that if you stepped fully into your soul, you could make this ride better. You could bring in even more light onto the planet. You could anchor in even more love, more joy, more grace, because you have that power when you work through your soul. Not sure exactly how to connect and work through with your soul, how to access that power and that potential and that inner strength? Let's talk. Warrior of Light Basic Training, taking people all the time. Remember, your soul is badass. You're here for a reason. Just need you to fully lean in and step